How's it going? Uh, I did a videos on doing the gardening and I hadn't got back to it. I wanted to show you how the garden's taken off. When I put the plants in, they were about this tall. Now you can see what I've got. This is 10 days since I planted. See how nice they're doing? Uh, we've got blossoms on the tomatoes. What I'm doing right now is the celery, how it's spreading out. I'm just going to take a loose rubber band, pull them together. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know, but I just take a loose rubber band and just kind of hold them where they're not tight, but it's holding them together for the stalk so that they grow tighter together. I grew celery last year and it worked out okay, but it was all spread apart. And I'll see what all I'm doing is just putting the rubber band around it, and see how it's loose, but it'll hold the stalks closer together. I'm going to see if that's going to help it grow straighter. As you can see, as far as the weeds, as the weeds get a little older, you just reach in and pull them out. Real easy, like. We planted some peas. And this is all 10 days ago. I can't believe how fast they're growing, but that's good. And all this is going to do is just, as you can see, it's holding them closer together. So as they get larger, it'll be a nice tall stalk. And we'll see how that works. This is only my second year on celery. I love celery, but it's getting more expensive in the store and everything else, so just pull it up underneath the leaves so it helps hold it good. Alright, we've got some zucchini over here. 10 days ago, trying to show them. 10 days ago, this zucchini was 2 leaves. Look at it now. We've already got blossoms starting. See them down in there? This is all the zucchini, the peas, and these are the cucumbers, which were also just 2 leaves. This is 10 days growth. And as they grow, I'll wind them up around the wire. I had 2 wires here for the peas. This one here doesn't have one. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stretch some string through here and let these grow right up the string too. And tomatoes have already got blossoms started, as you can see in here. And I put some bush beans in, some green beans. And as you walk through the garden, just every now and then you can pull a weed, or you can do it all in one day and just go right down through the rows. But these are Jetstar tomatoes. and they're really coming along great. Now I had the Jetstars last year, and they, as soon as they started producing, they produced right up until almost Thanksgiving. And up here in the north, it's cold at Thanksgiving. So that just about was the end of it. And if you remember right, I made these up. These are for the celery. Because when they get up high enough, I'll put these on there so that it blanches the stalk so it doesn't get hard and woody. It'll blanch and keep the celery stalks nice and crisp. But you can see what I've got in here already. And I can't believe in 10 days that we've got this good. I had a few comments on about the troughs with water in them. People asking about, do I have problems with mosquitoes? No, I don't. And if you have a problem with like blossom end rot on your tomatoes, you could take your calcium and put it right in the trough so that all the tomatoes are getting the calcium, and that'll keep you from getting blossom end rot. And I've got three things of the beans. These are bush beans. I got 2 rows of the Jetstar, and I have 1 row of the beefsteak. And they're just starting to get blossoms on them. Just pull them weeds up. They have the little roots right on them too, and they're so easy to keep the tomatoes clean. And I'll have Ruthie pause it, and we'll take you up and show you the cherry tomatoes, how big they've got. Alright, these are my cherry tomatoes. I have 2 types. One is the jelly bean, and the other one is the 100s. And you see they got all kinds of blossoms on them. But these things were only this tall when I put them in the bucket 10 days ago. Look at them now. But the nice thing about the trough system, as I showed you a minute ago out back, is the top of your buckets are waist high. So you're picking your vegetables standing up. You're not bending your back. You're not even watering them. Now this week has been a perfect week because we've had sunshine 2 days, and then you'd have a day of rain. Sunshine again for another couple of days, and then a day of rain. But if you don't get the days of rain, you just daily check your troughs. You know, if you don't like where the cherry tomatoes, if they're not doing well in the sunshine, you need a shady spot, move everything. Just take the whole plant, move it. It's that simple. The bucket system's the easiest I ever did. I used to do that with the rototiller and that, and it was just so much on my back. By the time you're done rototilling, picking rocks, leveling the ground, staking out your rows, and then you have to bend to plant your rows, and then you've got to weed your rows, and you've got to hoe it, and it's mound up the dirt for potatoes or whatever you're planting. You're 2 or 3 weeks into just starting your garden. Some of you do it faster, some of you don't, but if you're getting older, it takes a long time. I had my whole garden in a day and a half, and that was from cleaning out the gutters and mixing the dirt and planting.
That was cleaning last year's mess.
Cleaning last year's mess. I think that I had, between breaks and doing the actual work, I think I had 5 to 6 hours into the whole garden. That was clean up, mixing dirt, planting. And it's so much easier to fill the troughs with water because I leave the end of the trough sticking out. I probably didn't show you that in this video, but you could just take a garden hose on the end, fill it up, and keep right on going. So I hope this was helpful for some of you that wanted to do some bucket gardening. It's so much easier to do it this way. What I would suggest, if you got a piece of 3 or 4 inch or foot gutter, to make a small, this is just a sampler, just make a small gutter, put a cap on each end, silicone on the end so it doesn't leak, and I left the cherry tomatoes out here so they don't cross-pollinate with the big tomatoes, because you want cherry tomatoes to be small, so they'll be doing great out here. My next step is to put a wire around it so I can tie them up so they don't fall over and snap off. They're gonna get up about this high or better. Like I said, I like the cherry tomatoes as a snack. I'll walk over here and just pull off a couple cherry tomatoes while we're out sitting out front and enjoying the porch. Alright, that's about all I got for today. So this is Clay from Popel's Backyard Farm saying, remember, big or small, you too could be a backyard farm. Bye-bye.